It seems everybody has their favorite hero or villain. I'm no exception. And you might be thinking, oh, he's going to say his favorite X villain is Apocalypse. No, I'm not. Honestly, Apocalypse, while important, and I do like him, he's not the big bad of all the X-Men, as many people say he is. I mean, the one thing he did was he had to have an alternate reality created, and even then he got ripped in half. That's always been my saying on him. Most of the stuff he's accomplished was outside of the comic books. I've never really understood the appeal of him. He's kind of a loser, to be perfectly honest. He gave us one important thing: Archangel. That I have to recognize. And I kind of liked him a little more when he wasn't like connected to Sinister and everybody else, and it just became this like giant web of bad guys that were all interconnected. And of course, the bad guys got worse, so there you got that too. He had an interesting power set of shape shifting and apparently a certain level of mass control. Not to the degree of vision, but, somewhat. And I did like that. His first couple of appearances I did enjoy. I thought he was interesting. It's the further you go with him, the more he loses his luster. Still, I needed a Apocalypse collection no matter what, because, like I said, I do like him. So when the Hasbro one came up for $44, I was like, oh my God. I put it on pre-order begrudgingly and looked at it and just was like, ugh, it's the purple design with, oh man, come on. But then something came up again. Marvel Select. $30. Dumped one pre-order or put in another, and now he's here. So what do I think overall? I like him. I like him a lot. People are complaining about the head sculpt. I'm just like, man, tell me you don't know Apocalypse without telling me. I don't know. That to me, that's his head. I mean, that's the way he looks. He's always looking a little grumpy. This is actually bigger than the Apocalypse from Hasbro, which I like even more. And I love the grimace on his face. It's perfect. I mean, he's crotchety and grumpy and ready to fight. He's got all kinds of cool attachments. Now, one thing I'm going to point out in these pictures, and I hate it, I'm just going to say it. My quote-unquote heat gun / hairdryer was commandeered by my older daughter when I did this review, and I never got a chance to heat him up. So yeah, I wasn't about to venture in her room try to find the hairdryer. So I kind of didn't get to heat him up, and I wasn't about to He-Man and break him. So there's that. But he's a good figure. I like him a lot. Yeah, the articulations, but let's face it, the bigger Legends probably would be about the same on this. My one gripe is that when you move the arms, the cables come out. If the cables were removable completely, or if they had like a little bit of bendy wire, or gosh, maybe even some malleable plastic, I think those things would work great. I mean, the funny thing is no matter where you move it on him, you can still plug them in. It's weird. I don't know what technology is doing that. But yeah, you move them ever so slightly, pop, they're gone. So there's, it's kind of like a knock without being a knock. I love that it's molded too. The lines are mold. They're not just like painted on. And, you look at that and you look back over at Hasbro and you're like going, wait a minute. Why are you charging so much for a smaller figure that has basic lining and maybe one more point of articulation? I think he has double jointed knees. And really, you can't get any more motion out of it. Overall, I gotta say, I really like this Apocalypse. Despite some of the knocks, I'm going to say 5 stars because it's a really awesome figure. Should you buy it? Yes. Yes, highest possible recommendation. If you buy any selects ever, this is the one to buy. In my humble opinion, this is the one to buy. This is possibly one of the best Apocalypse figures I've seen ever. And I think he just works so well. No matter what your thought process is, he works so well. He looks great with the other X-Men. He just looks great overall. That'll wrap it up for Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe.